All right. Hey everybody. Sam versus Wild. It's kind of late, getting ready to go to bed. But I had an interesting proposition from some coworkers, essentially. And so I've been like slowly, I've gone out to my long term build several times now. And I've taken kids, I've taken coworkers, husbands, and now people are seeing this uh, mainly like through my work, and so now some coworkers are wanting to come along, and so now I'm faced with the it's not a dilemma, it's just more of a choice whether I want to establish like almost campgrounds, my buddy's place, and so it's going to take some mowing over all that, of course, but um, it's an intriguing idea, for guys to come together, and so if you reflect back and you take it down a notch and you're like, okay, well, we arrange play dates for our kids, right? Essentially it's the same thing but at the adult level. And so I've had guys reach out to me like, oh yeah, I've seen what you're doing and it looks like a lot of fun, can I come along? And that's bold for a grown man to ask and approach you. And so for that reason alone, like I'm very intrigued by it. And by no means am I shutting it down. Like the more the merrier. It's just going to take more work. But if there's more people, there's more people to do work, right? So I'm excited because, and that's why I'm late night post, because now we can do like the TP project. We could do the hut. We could do submerged. We could do so many different types of builds. Um, hey, what's up, Wandering Veteran? Thanks for stopping in. Just a random rant about. Yeah, thank you. I'm excited. I don't usually get worked up about these kind of things, but when I hear other people want to partake, and they want to get out there and they want to put their skills to the test, and it's not anything strenuous. It's just processing wood, building a shelter, building a fire. But we can do this on multiple encampments now, and so that's the fun part of it. And we can even turn it into games. And there's even some guys that are like airsoft, and they go around, they compete in airsoft. But there's plenty of ground here too, so we can set up opposing camps, and so this thing can just take off. Very excited. Just felt the need, felt compelled to share it, and bounce it off people, and primarily just to see if it's a viable uh, idea, because different personalities don't always mesh well with each other, but I mesh well with a lot of people. Different backgrounds doesn't really matter. I can usually find some sort of common ground with most people. And for the most part, everybody I've talked to are really, really cool guys that just want to get out of their everyday situation. And so if I could provide that for them, freaking awesome. Um, so long story short, just stay tuned. I think it's gonna this channel is gonna take off in a direction I had no idea, no inclination that it would. And for that reason alone, I'm like really intrigued. I'm excited. I want to push forward, but I don't want to. I don't want to push it. If people don't want to come out, cool. I'm still gonna go out there. I'm still gonna go with my buddies and all that stuff. But if you want to go with your buddies, then like, oh hey, there's a campsite right over here, and there's some airsoft guns. No, and we can fight. And then at the end of the night, maybe just have a big bonfire, maybe even a pig roast. I mean, there's so many different ways this thing can go. So stay tuned. Big things coming. Hanging with Stephanie. All right. Thanks for joining. I almost want to recap everything. It's pretty much like a daddy daycare, but outdoors at the shelter, building multiple shelters, and I don't want it to get more than like 12 people because it's a lot. And I think if we have 3 different shelter locations that accommodate 4 people at each place, I think that's probably optimum. And I don't want to push it past that. Then we have a little contrast, and every person maybe brings something for breakfast, and we can just have a nice feed in the morning. And obviously, everybody's they gotta bring their own beer, because I don't know, I'm not gonna provide that not for everybody. But ultimately, I mean, I'm excited. There's so much we can do at my shelter location, and yeah, like 12 dudes running around, cutting down trees, processing, building, making fire. What could go wrong with that, right? And eventually we can take this elsewhere. We can go off location. And where one of my other buddies, he offered 25 acres. His mom has 25 acres. Obviously, he doesn't use that acreage, but it's there. It's theirs. So, and he offered it. Hey, go build on that. Maybe field trip. Maybe go hogging on the road. And try to get some. There's plenty of boars out there, so we can get one of those. Man, have a pig roast. 12 guys. Probably finish a pig. So, anyways, stay tuned. Check me out, Sam vs. Wild, on Facebook, Instagram, obviously YouTube. Check out all my other videos. Subscribe, follow me, hit the bell. Feel free to share, and I'll be around, I guess. Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's really cool of them to offer that. But they see my channel, they see me building shelters and all this other stuff, and they felt inclined to, hey, I have better terrain that's not being used by anybody. I mean, 25 acres, come on, it's crazy. So yeah, check us out, and there's more to come, I guess. Cheers.